Good afternoon and evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Night 3 of Season 2 of the Worcester Premier League. My name is Steven Martinez. Thank you so much for joining both myself and all the players. And man, what a night do we have lined up for everybody tonight. The top half of the bracket here, we have Tom Curtin taking on Justin Burke. On the other side, Sargent taking on Rudge. Roberto Santos taking on Nick Soldo on our streaming board. And Ricard taking on Mike Carignan on the other side. Bunch of wonderful matches. If we look at the standings from week 2, as you can see, Tom Curtin is topping the charts with 8 points. One night win. Absolutely destroying the competition last week. It seemed like there was just no stopping him. Both his high-powered scoring and his clutch finishing was just too much to handle for the majority of our players here. Mike Carignan sitting in a comfortable second place. Joe hot on his tails, though, sitting at 4 points. Sargent with 3, Nick with 2, Roberto with 2. So we will have a critical match between those two guys that we will be tuning into very shortly here. And then we have Justin Burke and Rudge looking to score their first points of the season tonight. Really rooting for those guys to get some points on the board and not fall too far behind here. So again, as we look at Tom's dominant night from last week, 2-0 versus Mike Carignan in a rematch of the night 1 final, 2-0 in the semifinals versus Nick Soldo, and actually one of the very few 2-1s that we've had in the Worcester Premier League so far. 2-1 versus Sargent. If I recall correctly, Ron went up 1-0. Tom came roaring back to clinch that out, 2-1. So even when you're ahead, you really have to do everything you can to bury Tom Curtin. He's going to be the guy that all these players are going to be gunning for tonight. Is it possible? We shall see. So we jump into the primary board here. We can see, oh, there they are, two handsome gentlemen. Roberto warming up right there, throwing some darts at the board. Nick in the back. We jump to the secondary board here. It's like the Dreamboat facing off against Mark. They might be, oh, they are starting the PDC Bowl there. We might actually tune in for this really quick before we jump to the other board. If you are joining us for the first time tonight, first of all, welcome. The format for all of the matches is a best of 3, so first to 2 sets, and each set is a best of 5. The players will start every single set with a PDC Bowl. Looks like these guys are already getting things going there. Again, we're going to be watching these two guys battle it out. All smiles from Roberto. Let's see if Nick's smiling as well. Looks like he's focused, lasered in for the task at hand. A lot of these guys were up at the Port City Open this past weekend. I actually know that Rudge and Nick Soldo faced off against each other, I'm pretty sure in the CDC Q School qualifier. Looks like Roberto won that bull there. So a lot of these guys coming off of a whole weekend of competition, continuing things, no rest for the wicked here. It looks like, well, not the start that Roberto would have wanted. 58 the weird way. Looks like the way those darts were going to the board was rather strange. Big shout out to former WPL champion Stephen Krikorian. He actually won his CDC Q School Tour card. Again, he's actually going to be joining the ranks of Joe Ricard and Sargent, really just bringing a lot of, powerful players, to this region. Getting that CDC Q School Tour card is such a big achievement. Rising tides raise all ships. So again, congrats on the achievement there. Hopefully some of these other players be looking to join the likes of Joe and Ron, who already have their tour cards in the future. Getting things going here. A little bit of a slower start. Both players capable of hitting well into the 60s, 70s, and 80s. But again, getting those jitters out of the way first thing, first match. 58 on the board for Roberto. Let's see what Nick can do in response. And Nick is one of the more unique players that we have in the Worcester Premier League, throwing very, very light darts. A lot of dart players will throw in the range of 20 to 24 grams, and Nick always electing to go lower. I believe he's throwing his 16-gram darts, soft-tip darts. seem to really work out for him. So if it works, hey, don't take it away from him. Let's see if he can work some of that magic into the board tonight. Solid scoring power by Burke. Nick looking to find that triple bed. And he does. Call and answer. Thank you very much. Big hundo on the board. Keep things moving along very nicely for us. Let's see. Looks like a 26 from Burke. Might be a 41. It is. And Nick is just looking to keep things going here. A little bit of a blocker. Might be moved down to the 19s. Not a bad third. Landing in the 777. 61 on the board. Always a little bit disappointing when that third dart doesn't quite land in the 19s. But hey, I'll give you more than a solid 19s worth. Burke choosing to go 5s and 15s. Everything divisible by 5 today. And again, a lot of these players coming off of a long 3-day weekend because all the events started on Friday up in Maine. We might see some tired arms here, but for our sakes, I hope we don't. But fatigue may be a factor in tonight. It might swing things wide open for all of us and for all the players. Again, Tom putting in a fantastic performance in week 2. Certainly a dominating performance. Again, his scoring power, something unbelievable. Once he gets going, again, he's like a well-oiled machine. He's very hard to stop. Obviously, Burke and Nick would be chomping at the bit to have the chance to take a match against Tom. Or Mike Carignan, for that matter, too. Those matches may come later, depending on who wins this one. Nick looking at a very manageable 78. Likes to go the 18s, but he misses. Hits the single 4. Leaving himself 60. Leaving himself the big double 20. And Burke looking at 1, 2, 4. Friendly combo out. Looking at triple 18. Slides into the triple 1. Can't find the correction either. Leaving not a lot of pressure against Nick. So he tries to find this tops. Moving to 2 10s. Just wide. Oh, looks like just outside. You can see in the frustration in his face. If we get any closer, I don't think he would try. And again, Burke just not finding it. 93. Likes to go the trip 19, but very low. Burke just not finding it right out of the gate here. Again, giving Nick 3 more darts at what originally was 40. And that's just not what he would have wanted. Again, a lot of low darts that we're seeing right from the get-go. Calling back to the fatigue that we might see from the players this weekend. Burke, not giving us the bullseye out. Leaving himself, well, let's see which way he chooses to go. Only a setup here. Does get the setup. Leaving himself 40. Nick again hunting for 2 10s. And he finds it. Took a couple tries, but doing well to get that first one out of the way. I think it was Tom that said, if you can't win ugly, you don't deserve to win at all. And I think, as all of us know, sometimes those opening legs of darts matches just don't go our way and get a little grimy. But that is not a grimy start for Nick. Great 100 on the board. Getting things moving right along very nicely. Roberto looking to respond, looking for a triple. Only a 58 fired in. Nick looking to keep the pressure on. Just underneath with that first one. Tried to go over, but pushes it into the 1s. And that's 2 in the big 1. Really allowing Burke to take his time and climb back into the match here. And those darts going left and right of the 20 segment. Again, we were seeing that from a lot of players in the past week. Looks like the troubles will continue for Nick. That's 2 in there again. He'll do well to not get too frustrated. A solid single-digit score from Nick, unfortunately. He's going to have to do well to take a breath, take a moment, realize that Burke is not really putting too much pressure on either. Looks like 9 as well. Copy paste scores. They might find a chuckle out of that. Looks like they do a little bit. And again, the darts just going back and forth. Now, darts is a game of correcting mistakes. If it was a game of hitting what we want all the time, well, there certainly would just be no fun in that. Darts very much a game of finding those adjustments, correcting those mistakes. Again, some of the best outshots, yeah, everything goes right, but you'll certainly make your money fixing the first or second dart with a big correction. Not that we're too close to any of that right now, but these darts are just flying all over the place right now. Very unfortunate. Nick certainly has that game in him. They put some big scores and big outs on the board, but again, correcting mistakes and staying mentally strong. Nice 60 from Berto. You want to see those 3 go in there. There we go. A couple more of those will do well for his confidence. 85 is a good score, especially after a bad string. Again, Berto putting in the solid 3, Nick answering. Let's see what Berto can do to hopefully keep this pressure on. Does well to find that triple there. Solid work. Now the averages that are up on the scoreboard are in no way reflective of the prowess that these guys have. They'll certainly get their arms going. Not nearly as cold as it has been the past couple of nights here in Massachusetts, but still rather chilly. Those bones in your arms, the muscles in your arms are still pretty hard to get going. The cold just happens to lock them up so easily. Looks like 100 the odd way from Berto, but does very well to leave himself 72. Nick working with a 1-3-5. Finds the first one. 110 left. Looks like he crept into the 5 there, so 105. Leaving himself 95. It'll be interesting to see if he chooses to go the 19's way, depending on what Berto leaves. Oh, 85, my bad. A little bit of terrible caster math. Looks like 67 left for Berto. Can't find the big 17, only finds the 3. And hits the double 19. Again, looks like these darts are just refusing to cooperate for both players. And sometimes that just happens. Nick, 85, what can he do? 83, might stay there on the 17s. Looks like he goes slightly high. Yeah, judging by that shake of the head, what I think is the point there, it's just above. Finds the Big Ten, but again, the dart's just not seeming to go where players want them to. Looking to split, going outside of the board. Going straight at it. And he does well to find it. Again, sometimes when things are just not going your way, you choose to forego common sense, the right way to go about things. You just say, forget it. I'm just going right at it. Just for my own sake. I know I can hit it. I know I can drill it. So I will. And Berto does. Again, Berto looking to get things going here. One. Hampering his spirits just a little bit. Nick looking to find something. Not the triple he would have wanted. Just on the wrong side of the wire. Both players averaging in the high 40s, but no way reflective of the players that they are. Might just be an off night. And that third one, looking like he was trying to escape the board. Roberto lucky to keep that one in play. And this is a good example of keeping yourself mentally in it, and darts refusing to go where you want. Again, such a frustrating game. It can be so difficult to keep yourself focused and really believe that every dart is well, has the ability to go where you want it to. Sometimes you just can't even will these things to go where you're looking. Nick doing well to find, looks like 2 triples there. Finally finding a big visit. Big 1, 2, 3. Easy as ABC for Nick Soldo. The sure shot, as everyone's come to know him by. No more tricky Nickies. You might find a Coke in front of you if you say that at any of the bars here in the greater Worcester area. Guy's lucky enough to have a drink named after him. And I at least know of one person willing to buy his jersey. Shout out to you, Tom. Doing very well to find 3 in the 20. Solid 60 on the board for Nick. And Roberto working from 3-6-1, finding himself pretty far away here. Both guys tied at 1 leg apiece in this best of 5 set. Nick's average is just starting to creep up. Did lose that last leg, but his scoring is starting to find his rhythm here. Again, just those straight darts will do well to build the confidence, and again, finds 3 straight right into that single 20 segment. And Roberto looking to do the same thing, but blowing up the 5s. Not the type of visit that he would have been, well, hoping for. And Nick looking to just do more of the same. If your opponent's not hitting, well, keep on trucking. Finding the big 100 there. Leaving himself 82. No pressure. Unless Roberto can find something big, but it's looking like, again, he'll be well out of reach with Nick starting to work on this 82. Will he go the Bulls here? Might go the trip 14. Well, looks like electing to go the Bulls, but going well right of that. Trying to find the correction. Only 7 scored. Looks like he can't find a single bull to leave himself 40. Leaving himself 68. Not a terrible leave. Could go the triple 20 route to leave himself double 4. And again, struggles from both players. Nick doing well to shake off the rust, but Roberto looking to find his stride here. Again, not out of it just yet. 48 left for Nick. Looking at 2 20s. And just high. But again, no pressure. He will be coming back to have another crack at it. Roberto looking to put on some immense pressure with a huge visit, and that first one is just not what he would have wanted. Second one refusing to go in. And the third refusing to cooperate as well. Again, the frustration building up, starting to bubble and boil over for both players. Nick looking at tops. Just low. Double 10. Will he stay or will he go? Double 5 looks like he finds it. Again, in that situation with your opponent not on a finish, I don't think anybody would have blamed him for choosing to correct the 10 instead of going straight at it. But again, a bit of a mental confidence thing. Roberto did it in the last leg, going at the double 13. I'm just going to go for it, and I know I can hit it. And Nick doing very well to find it. Solid 60 start. Roberto looking to find his stride. Find that scoring power again. There we go. More of those, please. Solid 81 to get things going. Roberto coming out so strong in the opening week. His finishes, multiple ton-plus outs. Pair that with rather decent scoring, and Roberto is a very scary player. Solid 100 from Nick. Running away from Roberto after that great start. And Roberto certainly no slouch when it comes to proficiency around the board. It's certainly rather scary if you get him within earshot of a take. Nick will do well to keep things moving along here and not let Roberto the chance to really get comfortable. Third one escaping. A little bit of a reprieve for Roberto as he looks at the 3-6-2. What can he do? Might be blocking the triple bed. Chooses to stay on it. Can't blame him for it. 302 versus 300. Nick's going to have to do, well, more of the same. Keep things going, but he's going to be looking for more. It looks like it's just out of the 20s. It's triple 20. Sorry, does very well to correct. And that third one again, escaping into the ones. There's Larry, Curly, and, well, Mo is refusing to cooperate for Nick. And Berto starting to find the triple 20 bed. 92 scored. Starting to put the pressure on Nick, saying, hey, you know what? You might have fooled around for a couple of visits here, but things are going to start getting going. Nick finding the triple 19 on that switch with this third. Great dart there. Oh, a little bit of a Justin saying hi on the stream. Looks like 3 ones, the single 18 and a 5. Not exactly what Berto would have wanted. Nick again. He's the first to start working on a big ton plus. He's going to have to use more darts at it. Looks like 63 scored. Solid 83 punched in. And Berto looking to find something to put pressure. And again, he just can't find any tap of the shoulder to give to Nick. 1-4-1, a manageable take, but Nick looking at 2 20s. Oh, just creeps into the 5. And he misses the double 15, leaving himself 30. So close on that second dart. Berto won't have a take here again, just not going where he's looking. And Nick trying to wrap this set up here. Will he go straight at it? Not really sure where that one was going. There's the correction. Looking at 2 4s, and he just barely puts it low. Will be leaving himself 1 house away from the madhouse. He'll do very well to not go there. 87 remaining for Berto. Tried to find the trip 17 to leave himself 36, but only leave himself 70. Can't find the triple either. 60 left for Berto. Good setup in case Nick faffs about here and can't find his out. We'll be going to the madhouse. And he finds it with the second. Clutch take from Nick. That double 2, double 1 switch can be so intimidating, having to go from low to high, but Nick finding it in 2, electing to not stick around there for too long at all. Looks like both players are taking a little bit of a break. Can't say I blame them. Certainly a lot better players than the averages are signaling to us right now. Checking on the other board here really quick. Looks like Ron is just about to take things over Rudge. Firing in a very impressive 76 average. Move things back over to the primary board as both players are ready to go. And if you're just joining us a little bit late here, this is the first round match of the night between Berto and Nick. On the other board, we have Ron, Sargent, and Rudge. The other 2 matches ongoing right now is Tom Curtin versus Justin Burke and Joe Ricard taking on Mike Carignan. That should be a good one. Looks like Tom and Justin are still at 0-0. Joe's leading Mike 1-0. From what we last saw on the secondary board there, Ron's looking like, well, he's trying to take it 2-0 over Mark Rudge. A little bit of a slow start again for both players. Berto choosing to keep to the 19s. Things obviously not going his way up on top. It's like Nick is starting to hammer away here. Is that a 180? We're not sure. A little bit of a scoring check here. Nope, 125. Still, solid visit when Nick needs it again. He's only 1 set up. Berto still has plenty of space to challenge and come back. And that 100 is certainly a positive sign, hopefully a sign of things to come. Another 100 by Nick. Big visit there. Roberto certainly has the pressure to keep the gas. Well, his foot on the gas here. Only a 46. Nick will certainly want to keep this going. Again, another wayward dart slipping into the 111 segment. Seen that quite a bit. Looks like 11 scored there. Not the visit that Nick would have wanted. Again, 125, 100, followed by 11. And Roberto's continuing to struggle here just to keep those darts straight. Working from 202 here. Might be in the triple. Again, Nick, using soft tip darts, has incredibly thin points. His darts tend to bob around as soon as they hit the board. Roberto just struggling to find that red bit in the 20 segment. You have to feel for Roberto. He was also up at Port City this past weekend, putting in a solid performance. I think some great darts. It's fun to watch everybody. Dart Connect TV. Watch as they go along in all of the events. And there's the type of darts that Roberto is capable of producing. A third one again. Mo refusing to cooperate, but a big 132. Nope, 125. Apologies. Roberto firing himself right back into this leg, but looking at 212s. Oh, solid take by Nick. 84, right when Roberto was getting going. Cruel take from Nick, but that's the type of darts that these guys are capable of producing. A big smile on the face of Nick there. The way things were going, it was hard to find a smile on the face of both of these players, but they're still there. They're still finding some enjoyment. Again, Roberto firing into 100. Nick looking to do more of the same. Well, not that part. I've seen that dart slide into the ones a little too often tonight. Roberto looking to follow up his performance with another 100. Can he produce some solid darts? No, only a 30. Unfortunate, really. The darts seem to only produce themselves in little spurts here. Again, this is the first match of the night for both of these guys, so there's still plenty of more darts to come to whoever advances. Hopefully this one will do well to settle the winner in. Solid 3 there from Roberto. Nick still struggling to get out of the 400s after 2 visits. Oops. Apologies to everybody who heard my phone go off there. Roberto again, just trying to keep the darts straight. So unlucky with that third one, just unable to find it, unable to drop it in. And again, we've seen that time and time again tonight in this match. One of those darts just sliding over to the right. And Nick doing well to correct, but not finding the big scores that he would have liked to have had there. Roberto working from 271, trying to capitalize on the even slower start from Nick here. Good 60 on the board for Roberto, keeping things distant. Nick switching to the 19s, doing well to find that first one. 76 in there. Looks like a big 133 fired in, dropping his score down to 200. Exactly what Nick would have wanted there to say, hey, Roberto, you can run, but you can't hide. What you made of? Looks like only 45 there from Roberto. Again, he's in the lead, but he's not at an out. Nick will do well to give himself a solid setup. We'll need one more 20. Leaving himself not quite a 170, 160. 140, sorry, 140. Even the caster's brain is a little slow tonight, but we'll get going as the matches and legs go along. 140 is a very friendly out, though. He can find that first one, he'll love it, and that's, again, how many times have we seen that tonight where that first one just creeps into the one? Can't find the switch to the triple 19 either, only 40. And Berto, can he reproduce some of that night one magic? Does well to find the first. Can't find the second, but he was trying to leave himself a solid setup there, but again, Mo strikes again. Refusing to go where he's ordered. First one's money. Second one, just not getting the memo. The third one, well, again, this is when come back to say that darts is a game about correcting mistakes, and Berto looking to find his second take of the night here. Can't find it. Nick with 3 at 32, looking at double 16. Looks like he finds it. Solid take from Nick, doing very well to come back in that leg. Berto shaking his head, knowing that he had the advantage in most of that leg, and Nick finding some clutch scores when he needed them. Come back and take that. Again, it's another slow start from Nick. Just not finding the triples that he's aiming for. Only a 29 punched in. Berto will try to find some solace knowing that he's still here. He's not out. Still got a long way to go, at least in this leg. 55 fired in from Berto. Nick finding that triple 20. Will look to find some more. Even single 20s will do just fine. Finds a solid 100 there. Keeping things interesting. Won't be stuck in the 400s for too long. And Berto just trying to keep the pressure on, but does very well to find that triple 20 with that last one. A little bit of a clutch dart there. So scary when the first dart goes in. The 20 segment. The second one is the one that goes haywire. Just like that. Caster's curse. Can't find the correction. Only 40. Berto trying to keep things going here. Solid 60. At this point, every single 60 is worth its weight in gold for Berto. Just keeping things consistent is going to be the bare minimum for him. And certainly a little bit of a break from the pressure that he's feeling from Nick. Again, Nick looking at one more leg to take the match. It's like a triple 20 fired in. Looks like a 135 from Berto. We'll see what he... Oh, big 180. Couldn't quite see it with the first being the blocker, but again, Berto. Those are the type of darts that we come to expect. Solid 180 at just the right time. And again, building off that confidence from the 60 that he had scored earlier. Just keeping things straight, keeping things consistent. I think everybody who's a dart player watching knows that sometimes you just need that little bit of a boost. Just as easily as we struggle to play, sometimes those darts just find their way in. Again, Berto leaving himself 64. Nick well behind, working from 247. Let's see what Berto can do here with 64. We'll go for the 16s with the correction. One dart at tops. No pressure. He'll have more if he comes back, but he certainly wants this just for his own sake. Taking a little bit of a breather. Stepping up to the line. What can he do? He fires it low. He would have wanted that immediately. But again, he will be coming back. The pressure that he's putting on himself is certainly a lot higher than the pressure that the situation warrants. And Nick struggling to find any real consistency here in this leg. Berto choosing to try and correct, but he can't find it. Nailing the big 17, and Nick having a look at the 119. What can he do? 100 left. Haywire darts causing a rampage tonight. Havoc for both players. A little bit of mental warfare, self-inflicted mental warfare. It looks like Berto buying himself another chance. Again, shake of the head, knowing that he almost let that one slip by, but Berto is still very much alive in this match, looking to hold throw after that break. Yeah, and he did find the 180 in the previous leg, so be looking to keep that momentum going, and that 60 will certainly help. What can Nick do? And unfortunately not much from the looks of it. Only 28. And Berto looking to just keep things consistent. Find that rhythm. Find that flow. Solid 100 punched in, and Berto might be a little frustrated. Might be channeling that anger into his arm. Just might be the right way that he needs to find himself back in this match. And Nick firing back with an 81. That's what makes these guys so dangerous, is even when they're not playing well, you'll see flashes of brilliance, flashes of high scores, and Berto, consistent. Solid 100 to keep things rolling along in this hold of throw for him. What can Nick do? Looks like continued pressure, another 81. Slipping behind, but doing well to keep pace. Not a bad visit there. A little bit of a wild visit, but not a bad visit. 79 is still not a bad score from Berto. Nick looking to follow that first one. Certainly thought about going low, and he did. Very lucky to not find that dart into the 7. Certainly getting his way with what he wanted. That visit, in Berto continuing to hammer the 20s. It looks like whatever monkey was on his back in the first couple of legs here is, well, found its way off his back. We want to see some confidence from Berto as he gets these darts hurtling towards the board. And 62, what can he do? We'll choose to stay for another solid 15. There it is. One at double 16. Going low into the 14s, unfortunately. Well, double 7 for 44 punched in. Will leave himself 18. And again, Nick nowhere in sight. Again, that one has just been pesky. Unbelievable pest for Nick. Berto, will he go straight at it? Will he want to correct here? Looks to correct. And looks like a solid hold of throw to push this set all the way to a tiebreaker leg. Berto doing very well to come out swinging. Slow to get going, but push comes to shove. Berto is ready to play, and that's what we want to see from these guys. Solid 60 fired in from Nick. Be wanting to take this hold of throw with, a little bit of a statement. Doesn't want Berto to steal this one away and come back in the final set with some, wind in his sails. What can Nick do? Only 2 in the single 20. Looks like he finds the triple in the third, but not the triple that he would have wanted. Triple 5, 55 punched in. Berto looking to get out of the 400s here, working from 475. We'll need to find a triple to keep pace with Nick. Does find that triple. Nick finding his way into the 1 segment again. Certainly snake bitten by something tonight, and again, the darts are just not coming. What can Berto do here? Looking to certainly keep the pressure on following that poor visit, but sneaking back into the 1s. We'll have to get this board checked for magnets after this match. Too many darts finding their way left and right here. And again, Caster's Curse. First one in the 5, second one in the 1. Third one not finding its way into the triple 19 with that switch. Both guys certainly feeling the nerves with this one. It's been a nervy match through and through. Nick taking the first set rather convincingly, but Berto finding his way back here in this second set. Both guys not really finding too much of an advantage. Might be a triple 20 for Nick. Might be two in there. Looks like 140, 100. We'll see what he punches in. 100 certainly one of the higher scores in this set, this leg. Berto looking to fire right back with some pressure. Big 140 fired in from Berto. Call and answer. It's exactly what type of player that Berto certainly is and type of darts that he wants to be playing. Only a 46 on the board from Nick. Looks like a 41 punched in from Berto. Nick again struggling to keep all of them straight in the 20 segment. Berto not really doing any good corrections of his own there. What can Nick do? Both guys had a reasonable, respectable out. Nick working from a 148. Just can't find anything, it looks like. Again, frustration, the nerves. It's been a nervy game again. Looking like it's going to remain nervy all the way to the end here. $84 left for Berto. Finds the triple 20. Can he find the double 12? Just wide. Does very well to find that second dart, but going rather wide on that third one. Nick working at 120. Still can find it. Just stacked it on top. Looks like he only finds the 60, so Berto, can he crawl all the way back to take this to a tie-breaking set? Looking to walk that inside. And he goes even wider with that last one. The frustration, the disappointment. You feel that Berto might have just blown his chance. Two at tops for Nick. And he finds it. So unlucky, so unfortunate for Berto there. Shaking his head in disbelief, knowing that he certainly had darts to prolong this match. Nick doing well to stay positive, keep his head in the game. Sometimes you just have an ugly one. Both guys certainly did tonight, but certainly gave it one hell of a fight in this second set here. Nick winning it 2-0, winning the second set, 3-2. Updating on scores here. Tom Curtin and Justin Burke. Justin's leading that match 1-0, playing a wonderful match. And obviously we just saw Nick go 2-0 against Berto. Ron took out Mark 2-0, and Joe took out Mike Carignan 2-0 as well. So a night of 2-0 so far. We'll see what Tom and Justin can produce for us. Till then, we have another match queued up on the boards here. We're going to take a little bit of a break. Again, thank you so much for joining us. Apologies for the bandwidth issues. We'll look to have that resolved in the coming matches here. We're certainly aware of the stream quality issues. Look to have that resolved. We'll certainly be back in a couple minutes. See you soon. And welcome back to Night 3 of Season 2 of the Worcester Premier League. Thank you again for joining us tonight. A little bit of a long match between Tom Curtin and Justin Burke here. They are actually tied 1-1. Tom is 2 legs up in the deciding leg, trying to take that game 2-1. We'll hopefully have an update for you guys shortly here. But in the meantime, we're going to jump in and join none other than, our 2 CDC Q School Tour card holders, Ron Sargent, Joe Ricard. How is it that these guys always manage to find each other? I know there's only 8 players, but you feel like these guys always find their way of playing to each other. Looking like they're just getting things going here. Ron playing very well. And Joe looking to get things going. And a score update. Tom has taken it over Justin Burke 2-1. So we'll get things going on the main board here shortly. In the meantime, we'll enjoy Ron and Joe as they plug away here. Ron looking to take out a 92 with 3 darts, finding the first one in the triple 20 bed, but can't find the one that he needs to get out. And Joe looking to take out a 120, finds a triple 20. Looks like just under. And he sails that one to the moon, unfortunately. Certainly a good bid from Joe. Ron with 3 darts at 32. What can he do? Looks like he takes it with the first one. Solid start for Ron. Again, if you're just joining us live tonight, we are battling some persistent bandwidth issues here. Hopefully it's not affecting the stream quality too bad, and if it is, well, hopefully that doesn't discourage you from watching along. Certainly appreciate you guys being here, supporting us, supporting the players. Try to get these issues resolved as things continue to move along here. A couple of shout-outs to the chat here. Brian Nichols saying that he met Nick at the Port City Open. He's one heck of a player. He is. All of us in the West Premier League certainly enjoy Nick's company. I've seen what he can do, the dartboard. Certainly what Joe just did with the 140. Solid darts there. Scott Mula wishing everybody a lot of luck. It certainly has been a long weekend for majority of these players. Coming up on this would be 4 days of darts for them. It's not easy. And Joe making it look easy. My goodness, looks like he fires in the solid 180. Big darts from Joe. Huge visit. Again, that's what you see with these guys. I believe the phrase is, what you can do, I can do better. And Joe certainly proving that point, following Ron's lead. Looking like he's just making this game look easy. 91 scored, looks like. Leave himself 30. Does well to correct. Leaving himself 20 left. And Ron, a little bit of caster math striking again. Fortunately, our scoreboards are tied to another computer, and again, the bandwidth issue striking again. So it makes it rather hard to follow along. I'm trying my best. Joe looking at tops here. Looks like he puts it just low. He finds it with the second one. Ron taking the first leg, and Joe firing right back, taking the second. Solid darts. 2 holds a throw, though. Both guys will be looking for some semblance of a break here. Ron hoping that it's not this leg that he gets broken in. Doesn't want to get broken at all. And Joe will look to keep the pressure on, firing in some great darts. Rocking some new flights, it looks like. Rocking the red. Solid 60 start there. A little behind Ron. What can Ron do? Again, Ron, such a unique throw. Point and shoot type of toss. Joe, with his background in archery, certainly making it look a little bit more majestic. That windup is certainly something special. And those darts were something special. 1-2-1 fired in from Joe. Solid visit there. Ron looking like those darts are rocket powered. Looking like they're just all over the triple 20 bed. Can't quite find it. Another 60 from Ron. Joe looking to just keep things going here. Looks like only 60 there. Matching Ron. Oh, only 41. Apologies. Ron looking at solid 140 scored. Big visit there from Ron. What can Joe do to keep the pressure up? Keep on Ron's heels. Looking like a 95 punched in. Ron looking to keep things going. Not in and out quite yet. Trying to knock things down. That one will certainly not help. Only 41. Leaves plenty of room for Joe. Set himself up for something big here. 164 remaining. Can't find that triple 20. Will want to find it here. Again, leaving himself the 124. Ron working with 132. Not the setup that Joe would have wanted. Does well to find the first. Oh, looking like double-double here from Ron. Will he find it? And he does! Big take! 132 punched in with a double-double finesse. That's the type of stuff that you love to see. Joe can't believe it. He's laughing. Solid take from Ron. Even though that was an impressive take, Joe will do well to focus right back up here, realizing that he's down 2 legs to 1 in a race to 3. Certainly love to see those types of fun shots there from these players. Makes it very interesting. Again, if you're feeling good about your darts, you can make it, well, just bend the board to your whim. And Ron did very well to make that happen there. Looks like the players on the primary board are getting things warmed up. We'll say hi to Tom and Nick. Just a few moments here. Say hi to Tom for the first time tonight. Just a couple of moments. Again, Tom is coming off of a night win last week, playing very well. His scoring is, well, topping the charts here in the Worcester Premier League. He's our #1 scoring leader with 33% of his visits in the ton-plus range. Next closest player is going to be Ron, sitting at 26% in the ton-plus range. Again, high-powered scoring, but when you're doing it more than a third of a time, that's quite frightening. We'll stick with these guys for a couple more visits. Move over to the other board in just a sec. We might just finish this leg out. Scott saying, loves playing with Ron and Joe. Great guys and always competitive. To that, Scott, I say you should see how they are with each other. There's a lot of love, but man, do they love to get one up on each other. Always firing in some wonderful darts, and 140 again from Ron. Looking to chase down Joe, working from 116. 141 is going to be a bit of a tough ask, and that one opening the door for Ron. He'll be licking his lips, knowing that he's going to be coming back here. Joe will do well to set up. Can't quite find the triple. What can Ron do? Can't find it. Joe's coming back. And with this, unfortunately, we're going to have to move to the other board here. Get to our primary match between Tom and Nick as we jump over. Getting that PDC bull going. Tom hitting the green bit. What can Nick do? Just underneath. It looks like this will be Tom's throw here to get things going for us on the primary board. Remember, this is a semi-final match here. Tom looking to punch his way to the finals. Back-to-back nights. Actually, this would be 3 in a row. Unfortunately, falling to Mike Carignan in the first night and clinching it in the second. Fortunate for him. Nick, again, another semifinals appearance, but he'll be looking to go a little bit further. Has the game within him. Struggled a bit in that opening match versus Berto, but hopefully we'll have shaken out any nerves, any lingering dust bunnies from the previous weekend up in Port City, and Tom firing in a solid 140, not really messing around here. Tom's scoring is something that we've taken a lot of notes of and really enjoyed watching the past couple of weeks. The only thing that hindered Tom was a couple slow starts in week 1, but once he got that machine going, well, he just kept on going. Nick already chasing after 2 visits. Do well to find himself a triple. Looking for one more. Solid 100 punched in. Average is already a lot better than the slow starts that we saw in the previous match between Berto and Nick. Again, darts is a funny game. You seem to play up to the level that you're playing at. If your opponent continues to fire in big visits, you feel that pressure. You tend to focus up and match that high level of play, and this is certainly going to test Nick's mettle tonight. Tom continuing his great run of form. No pressure on this 130. Looking at 110, didn't have to go for it, but chose to try and nab it. Fortunately, a little bit of a case where the darts and the board bite back. Nick looking to knock down this 254. Finds a triple. Will have to find another. Only 100 punched in, leaving himself a high chance. But Tom, well, certainly not the out leader so far. 106 is in his wheelhouse. There's the triple 20. There's the big 6. Can he find the tops? And he does! 106 take to get things going here. Tom certainly not messing about. A lot of respect from Nick there, acknowledging that high take. A very different match that we have in front of us compared to that first one. And Nick seeming to understand the task at hand here, not waiting around. Solid 100 start. Get that motor running, get those legs working, because he's got to run, baby, run. Tom, we've seen this before. Slow starts, but once he starts finding that triple 20, his corrections have been so wonderful. Takes him a couple tries to get things going, but you really have to take advantage of those slow starts. And Nick continuing to do so. Another 100 punched in. Solid darts from Nick Soldo. What can Tom do to get out of the 400s? Can't seem to keep him consistent. That one. Mo. It's always been Mo tonight. A third dart. If you're just joining in, this is the semifinal match between Tom Curtin and Nick Soldo. I've seen plenty of examples of Mo, the third dart, causing a lot of havoc for all of our players that we've had on stream tonight. Tom looking to punch his way out of the 400s here. Certainly will with that first dart. Two's looking good. And just high on the third, grimacing at the fact that that dart refused to go in. Tom's getting angry at his darts for not following suit. And Nick continuing to do well. Punching in those triple 20s. Finding 2 there. A big 1, 2, 3. Nick doing very well to... We'll keep this visit going. We'll keep these visits going. These high scoring visits is exactly what he needed. Again, sometimes you just find yourself in a little bit of an ugly battle. It can really mess up your confidence, mess up your game, mess up your rhythm. You find yourself against a high-powered operator like Tom Curtin. Well, sometimes you have no choice but to shoot lights out. Second dart, not exactly what he would have wanted. Trying to find that correction with the triple 14, but 77 is going to have to do for right now. Not a bad leave, 60 left. Tom nowhere in sight. Continuing to be about 30 miles back. Nick will have to take advantage of this opportunity, though. Can't wait around. There's the first. Looking at tops. Gonna have to move down to double 10. Just inside. You feel those in that moment. You have one dart at double 10. Aim a little bit outside. Don't want to have to go up to the 5 if you can avoid it. Tom firing in a 140. Tap of the shoulder. Saying, hey, Nick, I'm still here. It's almost a calling card for Tom Curtin at this point. Nick will have to find it, the third dart, and he drops it low. Unfortunate, having 6 darts at a out, and he just can't find his way out. Tom looking at tops. And he finds it with the second one. Opportunity gone for Nick. Had 6 darts at a take and just can't put the nail in the coffin. Nick playing very well, though. Almost 20 points higher than he did in the first match against Roberto. And again, sometimes you just have to rise to the occasion. Nick certainly doing that. Not playing bad. Score update from the other board. Joe is leading Ron 1-0. Firing an impressive 81 average against Ron. If he keeps that up, he's certainly going to be hard to beat. Nick with a little bit of a slower start here. Tom again. Triple 20 is coming so easy to him. Certainly has been the past couple of weeks. Another high-powered visit with the 1-2-3 from Tom. Nick will have to keep things going. He's not playing bad, but those darts creeping into the extremities, it's what's going to kill him. Solid 81, doing very well to find the triple 20 with that third dart, and Tom making it look so easy. Such a gentle, easy breezy throw. Of course, as I say that, commentators curse. Sorry, Tom. I'll take the blame for that one. What can Nick do? Already well behind here in this third leg in the first set. Looks like a 45 punched in. Might be a 60. It is. A little bit of banter between the players. Again, all of these guys, great friends. Certainly enjoying the competition and enjoying each other's company week after week here. Tom doing very well to find that correction again. We experienced this last week. He may miss the first, he may miss the second, but he's hard-pressed to get out of a visit without finding at least one in the triple 20 bed. That's what makes him such a fearsome and frightening player. His average certainly reflecting that so far with a 82. Nick playing very well, though. Sinking that first one, sinking the second. Can he find it? Oh. To the moon on that last one. And that's all right, though. Sometimes you just can't have it all. Can't agree. Looks like I was the one asleep there. Tom was trying to punch out. I didn't look at the score. I was trying to go to the moon on that one. Trying to land on planet double 5, excuse me, it seems. Gonna have to find his way on, well, double 2. And just low. Doing the right thing, though. On that part of the board, you want to keep it towards the outside. Nick, 185. Nothing you can do here other than, well, hope and pray. Does very well to find that single bull, the last one. Leaving himself a manageable out, but Tom, you have a feeling like he's not going to wait around. Uh-oh. Madhouse. And he finds it with the third. Tom putting in a dominating performance here against Nick in the opening set. Punching in 3 straight legs. Nick really making a go of it in that second leg there. Had 6 darts and an out, but fortunately just couldn't find it. Playing very well, though. Tom is the type of player who's only going to give you maybe one or two looks. You can get ahead of him that much, but once he gets down to the board, he's certainly going to be looking to get out quick. We've seen that happen time and time again. Again, punching in a big ton-plus out in that first leg, 106. Frightening operator. So is Nick, though, when he's on. A lot of space in that triple 20 bed. Looks like it just dived a little low. Doing well to punch into 100. What can Tom do here? Stacking them up on top of each other. Can't find the triple. A little bit of an awkward deflection there. Nick again enjoying some breathing room. Although it's just a little bit of a breath, not a deep one. Another 100. Again, building up the momentum. It's what you want to see from Nick. Tom has a little bit of a weak point, and that's his starts are sometimes costly, but his strength has certainly been his high-powered scoring and, well, his outs as well. Yeah, and if you don't take advantage of that slow start that Tom occasionally gives you, he's going to come right back and say, hey, I'm still here. Consistent visit there. Nick leaving himself 200. Tom working from 304. Certainly do well to take a big bite out of this. Will he take the whole thing? Just low. Fortunately, having to take a small to-go box. Won't be able to take the whole lot there. Doing very well to leave himself a 164, though. Great setup from Tom. And Nick, I guess, can't find all three in the single 20. Only a 45 punched in. A little bit of an awkward out, 155. Tom working with 164. Haven't seen a real showstopper out from anyone so far in the Worcester Premier League. Might have to place a bounty on that. Would love to see a 170, 164, 161. Tom doing very well to leave himself 82. Nick, fortunately, with that first one, sliding into the 111. Not the setup that he would have wanted. Tom, will he go at bull? Going wide into the 6. Can't find it with the second one. A rare misstep from Tom. Not finding much of anything there. And Nick, certainly with the opportunity to, well, punch in a take here. Has to take him when Tom gives him to you, and that one is just going to throw a wrench into everything. Oh, it's just not coming easy. 106 left. Oh, disappointment and frustration for Nick. Tom, will he show any mercy? Well, it goes a little bit of an awkward way, and needs 2 twos, and he finds it with the second. A little bit of an exhibition finish, not on purpose, though. Shake of the head from Nick. Tom is just blowing up the board, blowing up the scoring. And his outs have been ruthless. Again, friendly banter between the two players here. Tom certainly with a lot of experience playing high-level darts. Very fortunate to have him this season. Certainly been throwing his weight around and showing what he's made out of. Already notching on a night win last week. Ron certainly gave him a good fight last week. Depending on how things are going between Ron and Joe on the other board, may be a different challenge. We may be in for a treat later on if things continue to go Tom's way, but Nick is still here. He's still in it. Fortunately, only finding a 9 there. Tom just hammering the triple 20s. Ruthless on his approach. Ruthless with the scoring. Solid 1, 2, 3 punched in. Again, this is just routine. Just routine from Tom. Another day in the office. Solid visit from Nick, punching in an 83. Tom just continuing to keep this gravy train going. Solid 100. Just knocking it down, making it look easy, making it look leisurely. Making this game look, well, not difficult. And sometimes that in itself is just remarkable to see. After 3 visits, Tom working with a 197. That first dart, not cooperating, but again, the corrections that we saw time and time again last week, making their way in here. 83 punched in. Not what he would have wanted, but still a solid chunk taken out of that score. And Nick, well, miles behind, sitting on 368. 328 now. And just can't find it with the 5. Looked like he might have snatched his dart there. Extended it a little too much. Tom going the 19s here, but looks like he's crept into the 3. Again, there's no pressure on Tom to find anything spectacular, which was unfortunate for Nick. But when there's no pressure on you, you're not going to see a lot of the highlight reel shots. Tom not really the one to mess about and try things just for the sake of trying things. Good visit, good 1-2-6 from Nick though, but rather odd way to go about it. Tom looking at tops. Unfortunately going just high, and he will be coming back. Nick will do very well to put some pressure on Tom here. Needs at least 2 triples. Finds 1. Looks like he was going to stay there for the 1-3-3, but third one just, again, creeping over to the right-hand side. Tom having to go down to the double 10, up to double 5, maybe a correction. And sinking down to the 5, shaking his head, wondering maybe that wasn't the right way to go. Nick has been struggling with, well, a lot of stuff tonight, but fortunately can't find the big setup on the 118. 58, leaving himself handy. And Tom looking at 2 2s. Going back to the madhouse. And looks like he's electing to stay there. Not by his own volition, but a third dart keeping him locked into the madhouse. Nick looking at tops. Oh, unlucky. Again, it's just been that type of night. Those darts creeping into the 1s. Tom looking to, well, escape. Fortunately, he'll be sticking around just a little bit longer. Nick will be looking to take advantage of this opportunity, and he does. First dart. Looking at Tom, saying, you won't go that easy. If you get stuck in the madhouse, well, you can count on me. Punching my ticket out of the neighborhood. And the beat goes on for these players. Nick, again, not playing poorly. Playing well above his average in that first match against Berto. But that was a little bit of a slugfest from both players. A little bit more finesse demanded of him here. Tom certainly a worthy challenge. A solid 1-2-5 start from Tom, punching in a beautiful visit right off the bat. It's like only 7 punched in so far. 27 on the board for Nick. Looks like only 28, so after 2 visits, still stuck in the 400s. Tom is looking to run away. That first one's looking good. Third one, can it follow? And he does! Big 180! Solid visit from Tom. Type of scoring power that we've come to expect from Tom. Again, once he fires in that first one, you just feel like he's gonna destroy the triple 20s. Almost has a knack for making those darts follow the exact same line. Fortunately, won't follow it this time. Won't leave himself the 16 that he would have loved to leave himself. Only 100, but 96 after 3 visits is type of stuff that, well, anybody would be happy to have, even the pros. Nick, unfortunately, struggling to find his firepower here. Tom finds the triple 19. 2 19s needed. And again, you have to kind of question and wonder about the choice, decision-making there. Was that the right thing to do? And your opponent is so far back, you don't have to go for it immediately. You can leave yourself 32. And Tom wanting to just get out as fast as he can after getting stuck in the madhouse. Looks like he finds it with the first one. And Tom is leading this match. One set up and 2 legs to 1. Only needs one more leg to punch his way to a third final in a row. Tom putting in a wonderful performance so far for us tonight. Again, we apologize for the bandwidth issues. Not really sure what gremlin is causing disturbances in our internet today, but we'll look to address it before, well, hopefully before the final. If not, we'll have it addressed by next week. Thank you again for tuning in. Appreciate you guys being here. Players certainly love hearing the feedback from all of you guys. Nick firing in a big 1-3-3. Showcasing that scoring power right out of the gate. It's certainly been a lot of fun to put this on for you guys, and we thank you guys for your support. Only 85 from Tom. Not a bad 2 visits, though. Again, getting out of the 400s after 2 is the bare minimum that you'd expect from a lot of players. Nick switching down to the 19s and looking like he might have found his honeypot down there. Another 83. Solid 2 visits from Nick. Tom doing very well to split the middle between those 2 darts. Always so tricky when you wind up hugging the triple segment with your first 2. Nick continuing to, well, be happy with the triple 19s. Looking like 95 punched in. Can't quite see. Only 83. Still solid visits. Solid 3 visits from Nick Soldo. Tom trying to force it looks like. Trying to force it a little too much. Darts starting to find their way outside into the other neighbor's yard. Nick looking to keep the party going on the 19s. Having a little bit of the opposite problem here. A couple of visits where he's been creeping over to the right side, but finding his way over to the left. Everybody in the neighborhood getting involved on the dartboard tonight. 81 punched in from Tom, tapping Nick on the shoulder saying, you've had some good visits, but you're going to have to put in some solid scores if you want to run from me, buddy. Nick leaving himself 150. You always knew that he was going to go up. Does very well to find that triple 20, 99 punched in. Tom no finish with the 166. Nick will have 3 at the 70 that he left himself. What will Tom do? Tried to find the trip 18, but only manages to walk away with 98. Which way is Nick going to go? Tries to go the triple 10s route, leaves himself 64. Tried to go for the bull route, but can't find it either. Hitting the single 11. Does well to correct, but with the way that Tom has been playing, he's smiling. He knows that this 68 is something very manageable. And that first one, triple 20, finds it with the second. Oh no, it's just outside. Pulls it inside. My apologies. Could not get any closer with that second dart. Nick, what can he do? Having to go down to 210s. And he finds it. Huge take under pressure from Nick. Capitalizing on the mistake there from Tom. Ladies and gentlemen, we just might see a third and tie-breaking set if Nick can keep this going. Found his honeypot on the 19s, and he continues to cash in. Solid visit. Solid darts from Nick Soldo. Finding them under pressure. Tom relishing in the opportunity. But here comes, well, I don't want to say it, but you almost feel like he's Darth Vader himself. Tom finds that triple 20. You can almost hear the Imperial March getting louder and louder in the background. Darth Tom, his scary, scary darts. Only 43 punched in from Nick. Will the Empire strike back? We'll see. Finds the triple 5. Looking to correct in the triple 20. Can't find it. Only 55. A little bit of a breath for Nick. Still neck and neck down the line, though. Nick trying to correct. Just above. Unlucky there. So close to both the trip 19 and the trip 20. Just finding the wrong side of the wire from those darts. Only 60 punched in, it looks like, from my perspective. Indeed correct. Nick still a lot of life in this game, but we'll have to try and avoid those loose darts. Unfortunately, finding 2 of them at the worst time. Can't find the triple either. Only 30 on the board. 36, excuse me. Tom with a lot of breathing room here. Finding that triple. Can't find 2, but 1 is well worth its weight in gold. Nick needing a big visit to knock down this 299. And it's just not coming easy for Nick, unfortunately. Only 47. Tom, not in and out, but we have seen him set up very nicely from 170 plus, and looks like it's going to be more of the same. A little bit of a tough deflect there into the ones. Would have loved to leave himself 86. But Nick is going to have to find something special here if he wants to challenge. And again, those loose darts just making a mess of things. Good third. Finding a nice high visit there, but not high enough. A bit of poor math there, leaving himself 169. You feel like you have to leave yourself an opportunity if you can get to one against Tom Curtin. Solid visit punched in, 65, leaving himself 40. Nick, no out. Working from 150 now, and 130 remaining. Now it all comes down to the darts in Tom's hands. Can he find tops? And he does in the first dart. A lot better of a game from Nick Soldo, but Tom takes no prisoners. Empire is ruthless tonight. Again, it's going to be 3 finals visits in a row from Tom Curtin. Nick certainly playing a wonderful match, really pushing Tom in this second set, but unfortunately falling. Doing very well to come out of a, well, brutal slugfest, that opening match against Roberto. And it looks like the finals that we will have in store for everyone tonight is Joe Ricard taking on Tom Curtin. I'm not sure if Tom has faced off against Joe before in the Worcester Premier League. 3 weeks, well, 2 weeks completed, but this will be the 3rd week in. So we are certainly in for a treat as we leave the players here. We'll be back in a couple minutes with Tom Curtin versus Joe Ricard. Again, see everybody in just a couple of minutes. And welcome back to Night 3, Season 2 of the Worcester Premier League. And we have our final set nearly ready. You can see those two handsome gentlemen warming up, getting ready for their match. It's going to be Tom Curtin versus Joe Ricard. We'll be joining them in just a couple of moments here, but take a few brief moments to review the bracket and how we've ended up in this position. Going over the matches, it's been Tom Curtin versus Justin Burke. He took that 2-1. Justin putting in a wonderful effort, playing some great darts. I think he was actually leading that set for, well, that match for a little while, but Tom came roaring back. Nick taking out Roberto 2-0 in a slugfest of an opening match. Ron taking out Rudge. Joe taking out Mike Carignan. Semifinals, we saw Tom Curtin taking out Nick on the main board, and Joe taking it 2-0 against his good buddy, the Dreamboat, Ron Sargent. And that's how we've ended up to our final being set for us. Again, big points on the line here. Winner gets 3 points. Joe will certainly take those points and jump in front and leapfrog Mike Carignan. Tom looking to maintain his solid lead over the rest of the pack. Tom, again, 3 weeks in a row of back-to-back-to-back finals appearances. This is last week, 2-0 versus Mike Carignan, 2-0 versus Nick Soldo. In the finals, besting Ron Sargent 2-1. You have to feel that Joe has been watching the VODs, been watching the matches the past couple of weeks. He'll know that, well, the only weak point that Tom really has in his game is sometimes he gets off to slow starts, but, man, when he gets going, he continues to blow up the triple 20, find the triple 19. It seems like everywhere on the board. Look at that, triple 18. Seems like everywhere on the board is his friend. Certainly a frightening operator, a frightening player to play against. Joe's going to have his work cut out for him, but Joe is no slouch either. Firing in a lot of clutch darts and a lot of great darts so far in the past couple of weeks. We'll certainly see a lot of magic as these two guys push each other. Coming moments here. Guess if they continue to keep things going, looks like people might be heading out. Go over a couple of stats that we have a couple weeks in. You know, Tom has been leading the pack with scoring with a 33% ton plus percentage. That means 33% of the time he is hitting well over 100 points, and that's scary. It's frightening when someone is hitting over 100 a quarter of the time, but every 3 visits is going to be 100 plus. That's just frightening. Ron is second, 26%. Joe sitting at 21, so not too far behind, but if you're in Tom's position, there's a lot of comfort in knowing that hitting at 1 out of 3 rather than 1 out of 4. The average leader so far after 2 complete weeks, Tom sitting at 79.71. Joe, third place at 69.95. Averages don't say everything, though. Averages tend to get a little muddled, depending on the match, depending on the players, depending on the outs and the opportunities that are presented to them. To that point, after 2 weeks, Roberto is still leading the pack, sitting in first place at the out leaders chart, 47.33 average finish. Haven't hit those from long range. Mark sitting at a dead 40. That's Rudge, Mark Rudge. And Mike Carignan and Ron Sargent filling out the rest of the top 4 there, both sitting at high 30s. So interesting stats here after 2 complete weeks. Tom would be the favorite. This was live on DraftKings. Unfortunately, we don't have any hookup there, so no betting on this game allowed. PDC Bull is getting going here. Tom finding the green bit. What can Joe do? Finding the green bit again, and the beat goes on. This is a telltale sign of things to come. That means nothing is going to come easy between these guys, and that's exactly what we as viewers would love to see. Oh, Tom finding the red button there. Joe finding the humor in that. Game on for these guys, and Tom, he will have the advantage. He'll be defending his throw first. What can he do to get going here? Fires into 100 and lets Joe know, well, this may not be my board. This may not be my room. But it certainly is my throw, and you're going to have to do well to get out in front of me. Looks like only 45 fired in by Joe. Not a terrible start. Tom looking to keep things going here. Just a little low on that first one. Again, the corrections, finding it with the second. Another 100. Back-to-back visits there from Tom. Finding his way into the low 300s. Be very pleased with that performance. And Joe trying to find something. Does well to find the trip 19 with that third dart. 92 punched in from Joe Ricard. Tom taking a phone call. Calling his fans, saying, hey, look what I can do. I'm going to hit a 180 right here. There's the first. There's the second. Was he correct on the phone call? Oh, only a 140. That would have been hilarious if he actually fired in a 180 there. Seems like only after 3 visits, the Imperial March is, well, you're starting to hear it in the background a little bit. Darth Tom already looking at an out, albeit a high out. There's the triple 20. Can't find the second. Does very well to keep that in the 20 segment, though. 97 punched in, and Joe already well behind after 4 for Tom. A little bit of friendly banter there. And Joe trying to knock down this 283. Unfortunately, that first dart's going to ruin any chance of having something to work with. Tom looking at 64, wants to clean this up. Doesn't want to hang around. We've seen him get a little down in the mud, finding his way into double 2, double 1 territory a couple times so far tonight. Electing to leave tops. Just can't find it, just a little low. Joe still a ways away. No pressure on Tom. 200 Joe has to work with, unfortunately. Needs to find a triple, and does very well to split the 2 darts there. Tom's hitting an impressive 96 average. Can he find the double 10? And he does. Punches his ticket out of here. 1 dart. We are off to a flying start. Tom getting things going. Joe looking to defend his throw. Be comforting for Joe knowing that that was just a defensive throw. Joe looking to do the same, but on his throw, and that 41 is going to make things pretty challenging. Will Tom choose to get going to a high-powered start? And looks like that first dart is our answer. A little bit of a sloppy third there, shaking his head, grimacing. That third dart not following orders. Joe finds the first. Unlucky deflect on the second. Drops it just a little low on the third. Only 100, but still a great visit. Puts the pressure right back on Tom, but Tom has the answers, it seems. There's 2. Just wide on the third. A little bit of a frustrating sigh there. Tom, 135. Knows he's capable of filling it up. Joe feeling the pressure right back on him. Will look to find another, and he does. The big 140 answering the big 135 from Tom. Both guys firing in big darts. Big visits here. Nobody waiting about, and Joe doing very well to command his throw. Tom only punching in 60. Joe has a little bit of breathing space here. Will want to find a triple. Leave himself a Shanghai finish. Just can't find it. Pushes it into the 5 segment, unfortunately. Tom will do very well to hit some big numbers here to get to an out. Looks like 2 underneath. Can't find it. Leaving himself 170, it looks like. Will he need the big fish? Joe, no out, working from 175. Which way will he go? Another 45 visit. Again, you feel like it might be a little bit of a sloppy third dart there, and Tom won't be reeling in anything major from the depths below. What to do? Well, to set himself up. Finds that single bull with that third dart. 105 punched in. Joe working with 130. Certainly a manageable take for Joe. Needs a triple, can't find it. No bullseye leave. Yeah, a little bit of a shake of the head. Knows that might be an opportunity wasted there. Tom, will he choose to stay at the single bull? Very lucky, finding the 15. 50 left. Finds the big 10. Tops. Just underneath. Speaking of opportunity lost, Tom letting Joe have 3 at 72. What can he do with it? Unfortunate first dart. 63 remaining. Might choose to go the bullseye. Bullseye! Oh, so close with that third dart. Just can't will its way into the red bit. Tom just scraping the wire with that first one. 2 at 10. Oh, finds it. Tom doing well to find his way out of these legs. Already leading this set 2 legs to nothing. Joe not playing poorly, but Tom playing on another level tonight. Looking to go back-to-back with night wins, but still a long way to go for that. Great first. Great second. The big 180 to get things going in this third leg here. Joe already under the gun. Tom doing well to just fire away. Will it be bombs away from Joe? Unfortunately not. Big 140 response, though. This is the type of stuff that you love to see. Type of stuff that we tune in every week to see from these guys. Tom ruining the fun with a big one there. Can't find much of anything. Let's see what Joe can do here. Finds a 100. That's a great visit to put himself out in front. But here comes Tom. Can he find a second triple? Does find the 140 to leave himself 140. Joe needs to find a huge visit to get himself down to a manageable out. Needs to find a triple. Does. Chooses to stay up, it looks like. Looks like only 100. 161 remaining for Joe Ricard. But Tom, 60 on the board. Is he trying to go tops? Oh, so close. Little bit of an exhibition flair from Tom Curtin if he was able to take that out. You can tell the laugh by Joe that, well, how close it really was for Tom to take that out. And just not coming together for Joe, unfortunately. Tom, 3 darts at double 10. You have a feeling with the way he's playing, he's not going to hang about. Double 5. Can't find it. You feel like he could start a fire with points scraping against the metal of the double 5 bed. Joe, unexpected opportunity at 104. What can he do? Goes the 20 route. Will need a triple. Can't find it. Only 40 scored. 64 left. Finds the trip 16. Does well to leave himself, well, handy, but Tom, 3 darts at 10. We'll have to try and correct. 1 dart at double 2. And low again, Joe. A little bit of a second wind here. Will do very well to capitalize on this opportunity if he can. And he does. Takes it with the first one. Big out from Joe. Not big in a scoring sense, but big in a sense of it certainly beats being 1 set down after 3 straight legs. And Joe wants to keep this going, keep this form going. Had a really big scoring round the previous leg. Does well to start off with 85 after that awkward first, but Tom, again, finds himself right back in the triple 20. There's 2. Another 180 punched in from Tom. The Emperor strikes again. Tom just relentless on that triple 20 bed tonight. Joe trying to salvage it, and he does with the 100. It's a big visit there. Just above. We get one of those classic corrections. Unfortunately not. Does very well to go downstairs and find that trip 19. Good scoring leg from both guys here. Good scoring set from both guys here. Again, averaging in the mid to low 80s. And Joe looking to fill it up. A little bit of an awkward third again. Mo strikes again. Always Mo. 1-2-5 is not a bad visit, though. Tom finding that triple 20 is so reliably again. 140 punched in. Scoring prowess from Tom. Really making a statement night after night here that if you're going to take him out, you really are going to have to deliver something special. And everybody here is. They are capable of producing those special moments, special darts. But Tom just making it look so reliable, so easy. Working with 1-4-3. Can't find the first, so nothing but setups from here. 103 remaining. One dart left in hand. Does well to find the single bull. 65 punched in from Tom. Leaves himself comfortable 78. Joe working at 152. Again, we'll have to settle for the setup. 80 on the board. 92 punched in, leaving himself 60. But Tom, 78. Certainly workable for this man right here. Only 118. One dart at tops. And he finds it reliably with the third. Tom electing not to hang about, not to faff about. Joe shaking his head going, 86. Type of darts that you have to produce to get one up on Tom is something crazy. Joe, this man can deliver. He's delivered on multiple occasions in the past. He's certainly got a challenge in front of him as he looks to crawl his way back from one set down. Solid 100 start. What can Tom do to get going here? Another solid 100 visit. Both guys neck and neck. As we get things going here in the second set. Joe, great first dart, using it as a lovely guide. Another 100. Quite frustrated, though. It's a great first two. If you count the first one as a guide. Tom, uh-oh. Finds that first, finds the second. Will we see a third maxi? Oh, just shy. Solid 140 punched in. Nothing but ton-plus visits so far in this opening leg of the second set. Joe doing well to find the 60 there. Unfortunately, that first one is a bit of a blocker where the flight was laying. And if you're just tuning in right now, this is the finals of Night 3 of Worcester Premier League Season 2. Thank you to everybody who's tuning in, joining in on the fun tonight. It's been a pleasure commentating over these guys as they battle it out. Joe only finding 41. Not the type of visit that he would have wanted, leaving himself 200. Tom, rather frighteningly, sitting at 216, finds that first 20. Awkward deflect. Can't find more than 100, but 116. Certainly a workable out, leaves options. If the first one doesn't find the triple off the get-go, Joe will have to do well to set up. Needs a big bite. Or leave something handy. He's looking for at least one triple. Unfortunate. Caught the flight there from the looks of it. Looks like it was on target to find its way to the triple bed, but the dart's just playing blocker. Tom looking at tops. 116 out potential. Just slow, only finding the 96. Joe needing to seize on the opportunity here. 140 has to go. Unfortunate that it won't, laying just on top. Does well to find the triple. And does very well to not bust. Leaves himself 40 if Tom allows him back. And he will not. Again, Tom, ruthless with his outs. First dart at 20 take for Tom Curtin. finding himself 2 legs away from a back-to-back night win. Tom looking to get things going just as strong as he has been here. Again, the scoring prowess has just been something impressive, something so nice to see. Joe putting in one hell of a fight as well, but again, you just have to put in something spectacular to best Tom Curtin right now at the form he's in. Solid start from Joe. Tom looking to get right back into the swing of things. Looks like 2 in there. Can he fill it up for that third maxi? No, again, going high. Looking like the flights may have had an influence on that visit. 140 still something tremendous, and Joe needs to find a maxi, you feel. There's 2. He finds it. Big 180 from Joe Ricard. Solid visit. Showing Tom how it's done, even though he's, well, behind 2 maxis to 1, I believe. My memory serves me correct. Tom, not wasting any time being impressed. Finds an 81. Joe looking to keep this going. Looks like he finds another trip 20. Oh, will we see back-to-back? No. His arm just unfortunately not hanging in there. Great darts, though. Great darts by Joe. Doing very well to leave himself 97 after, I believe, is only 3 visits. Apologies for the video quality again. Got a little bit of a bug in our systems tonight. Not sure what's causing it, but for everyone tuning in, thank you very much for hanging along with us as we try and figure out what this is. A little bit of a confusing visit from Joe. Don't believe he realized that that second dart found its way into the double 19 bed. Looked like he was trying to leave himself 40, but didn't realize he already had 3 punched in there. Tom, no big fish again. Does very well to set himself up, though. 120 punched in. 118, excuse me. Joe looking to correct. 2 darts at double 10. He finds it with the second one. Fires right back. Joe not giving up easy at all in this second leg. A lot of respect there between the 2 players. Tom realizing he's going to have to work if he wants to take this third night. Joe, certainly no slouch. Average is creeping up. Only manages to find 60. Tom off to a great start once more. There's 2. Again, the third one. Blame Mo. Mo strikes again. 1-2-1 is not a shabby start from Tom Curtin, though. Joe looking to keep things going. First dart, bit of a pain point. Second one not finding its way in either. Only a 26. You just feel like those visits are going to get punished time and time again. Tom just shy of the triple bed. Finds it with the third. Great darts. Working his way, inching his way closer and closer to the triple 20 bed. Again, Tom, very rare to walk away from a visit without finding the triple 20 at least once. Joe looking at 80. Looking to add more. Fires in a 100 visit. Solid darts. And Tom finding it so reliably with the first one. Good answer. Solid 100, dropping his score down to 185. Joe working from 315 after 3 visits. First one's not going to be too much of a helper, unfortunately. Solid 95 visit, though. Taking big chunks, big bites. Unfortunately hampered by a 26 in the visit previous, but tapping Tom on the shoulder. Not quite within breathing distance, you feel, but Tom going to do very well to push the ball forward. Unfortunately, can't find it with that third dart. Joe looking to set up from 220. Need a triple. Would like another. 100 is nothing to shake your head at. Shanghai finish potential. Tom lets him back to the board. Looks like he will. Finds the triple 20. Can't find the triple correction, but does well to find the 19. And Tom leaving himself 40. Joe will need to find a triple here. Can't find it. Only 60 fired in, and Tom has just been absolutely ruthless with his outs against Joe. You almost feel like this is a certainty. Ooh, a little low. And he can't find it. Joe with a lot of life after Tom drops that third dart into the single 15. 2 at tops. Just high. And his first one plays blocker. Joe will be disappointed, but work to be done for Tom. Finds the correction. 1 dart at double 2. And he can't find it. Frustration setting in for Tom. Not wanting to be back at the madhouse. And Joe... choosing to bust his score. Tom having to get it right. Be aiming a little high. Finds it with the second. Opportunity gone for Joe Ricard. He would have loved to find that double 10, but can't seem to find it when he needs it. And Tom is 1 leg away from taking night 3. Putting in some excellent darts. Struggling a little bit once he gets to lower parts of the board, lower parts of outs, but still finding his outs when he needs to. Tom looking to get things going here with a big visit. Does find it. 100 punched in right off the get-go from Tom. Joe looking to respond. Solid triple 20. Finds the 2. Solid 1-2-1 visit from Joe Ricard. Again, just trying to hang in there, stay alive. He's not playing bad darts. Tom has just been 1 half step in front of him this entire game so far, and a big 1-3-5. Great example. Punching in his score there. Joe taking a breath, realizing he's still got a lot of life left. He just has to find the triple 20, keep things going, keep things challenging for Tom. 100 punched in, not a bad visit. Not a terrible visit at all for Joe. He'll take it. But at this pace, Tom is looking to get to an out first, bar any mistakes, but mistakes are few and far between. Huge 1-3-7 punched in, and Joe realizes that he needs to fire in at least a 140 to have a chance here. Unfortunately, that won't go. No out potential even after the 100 punched in, and Tom will have 6 darts at 129. Finds the triple 20. Tried to go for it. You gotta respect the bid. Joe laughing. Even I didn't expect that. Leaving himself 25, and Joe, well, no pressure will be put on Tom unless he finds a triple. Can't find it. Joe leaving himself 150, and Tom looking to correct from the 25 from the bull bid in the previous visit. There's the 9. Outside, needs the double 8. And he finds it with the 3rd, and well, ladies and gentlemen, just like that, Tom Curtin is your Week 3 champion, firing in an impressive high 80s, well, mid-80s after that correction average, but still reliable operator all night. Fired in a 77.51 in his opening match against Justin Burke, firing in a 75.51 against Nick Soldo, and finishing off the night with the cherry 85.91 against Joe Ricard, and Joe no slouch either. 80 average, really pressuring Tom there. But Tom just proving to be one step in front of his opponents all night tonight. And with that, the standings will be updated later tonight on our Facebook page. Please be sure to check that out. And even though this is last week's champion, ignore those results there on the left side. Tom Curtin is your week 3 champ. Again, consistency. Not too many mistakes from Tom, but when he does have a slip up, he does very well to correct. Again, he is proving to be the man to beat week in, week out here. One hell of a player. So happy to have him so far in Season 2. And with that, our night is just about over, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a pleasure to cast over the games tonight. My name is Steven Martinez. Thank you very much for joining all of us tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure for myself and the players. We sincerely hope that you all come back next week for week 4. We'll have those brackets live up on our Facebook page shortly. Again, hope you have a wonderful night, wonderful evening. Thank you very much for tuning in. We will see you all next week. Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.